Hello and welcome back to this channel. Before starting, given the poll results I did several weeks ago, you will be able to hear me speaking English, since most of the subscribers speak only English, so a friendly reminder that if I mispronounce, just turn on the subtitles button. We're back with our favorite killer doll with a wide body count, including young victims. Therefore, in this video, we will review the youngest victims of Chucky. Number 5. David Collins. He was introduced in the movie Bride of Chucky as the supportive friend of Jade Kincaid and Jesse. He was played by actor Gordon Michael Woolbett and was the first openly gay man in the franchise. His approximate age at the time of his death is uncertain, but David's age can be guessed from the following details. He had a driver's license. He would have attended Princeton College to study dramatic art. The character could still be in high school, and his age could be between 17 and 18 years old. However, the actor was 28 years old during the filming. David arrived at the motel where Jesse and Jade were staying and joined with them. Convinced that both were innocent, he suggested Warren Kincaid, Jade's controlling uncle, as a suspect in the murders. However, he discovered his body in the band's trunk, took Warren's gun, pointed at Jade, and ordered Jesse to stop. David shows them Warren's body. He gets out of the van and calls the attention of the police to hand over Jade and Jesse. So, Chucky and Tiffany decide to reveal themselves to the three of them, ordering not to move. David is stunned and backs out, where a speeding truck hits him and is killed instantly. David dies indirectly after the revelation of the evil couple in 1998. Number 4.
Harold Overy Whitehurst.
He had his first and only appearance in Child's Play 3. He was a student cadet at Kent Military Academy and Andy Barclay's roommate. Harold was introvert and submissive, so he was constantly harassed at Kent by students and superiors. Harold Whitehurst had witnessed Chucky come to life in the Kent Academy barbershop after looking at Sergeant Nick's corpse. Chucky manages to summon the rival teams at the same place where the red team had weapons with real ammunition, because Chucky had replaced the paint ammunition, causing Shelton's death. This causes Major Ellis to attack Andy Barclay. Blaming him for the event, Chucky takes advantage of the distraction and throws a grenade.
Sayonara, suckers!
To mainly kill Andy, Harold Whitehurst sacrifices to save the rest, and the grenade detonates, killing only Harold. His death saddens his closest friends, but Andy and Kristen head out to save Ronald Tyler. Harold Whitehurst died in 1998, approximately between his 16 and 17 years old, as he was a contemporary partner of Andy Barclay, who had already turned 16. He was played by Dean Jacobson, and he was surely older than the character's age. Number 3. Junior Wheeler. He was a new character who was introduced in the television series Chucky. In its first season, Junior Wheeler was a part of the main cast. He was an outstanding runner, mainly to please his father Logan Wheeler. He was the boyfriend of Alexandra Cross, also known as Lexi. Junior despises his cousin Jake Wheeler and even accuses him of being cursed by the tragic deaths where one of the victims was Junior's mother, Bree Wheeler. Junior was persuaded by Chucky to murder his father, Logan Wheeler, and manages to manipulate the young teen. One night, when his father, Logan Wheeler, is drunk, he tries to talk to his son, but Chucky indirectly reveals himself by pretending that Junior is the one confronting him. However, Logan causes his son to finally unleash as Rad by calling him a defeatist. Junior becomes an ally of Chucky, and during the function of Frankenstein, he manages to trick his ex-girlfriend, Lexi, to be threatened by Chucky, making the young woman vulnerable to Junior and Chucky. Although they give her the option of being there, Lexi highlights the virtues of Junior, who is hesitant to kill Lexi, while Chucky threatens to kill her if he doesn't. Junior decides to finally attack Chucky by stabbing him in his chest. Unfortunately, Chucky managed to hurt him in the same way with his knife. Junior collapses and manages with his last breath to ask Lexi to tell the rest that he was sorry. This was the tragic outcome of this character approximately at his 14 years, since he is a contemporary to Jake in the confusing timeline of 2017 or 2021. He was played by T. O'Brien, who was 16 years young during the filming of the series. Oliver Hayden. He was a recurring character in the new television series. Oliver was a classmate of Jake, Devon, Lexi, and Junior. He was a teenage jock, popular, rebellious, and a bully. Jake Wheeler was one of his main targets, though Oliver apologizes and offers condolences to Jake after his father died. He apparently had a crush on Lexi Cross. Oliver attends the casual party at Lexi Cross's house during the night. All the teenagers are downstairs enjoying themselves with individual headphones while dancing. Oliver briefly dances with Lexi, showing his interest. However, Lexi is interrupted by her sister Caroline, claiming that her doll, Chucky, was not with her, so Lexi had to help look for it. Chucky was haunting Lexi on the lonely second floor. Chucky impulsively attacks, but to his surprise, he ends up stabbing Oliver Hayden, who was also on the second floor for some reason. The young teen desperately tries to crawl down on the corridor, and Chucky undoubtedly begins to viciously stab him. Even though his goal was only to kill Lexi, Oliver does not put any resistance while the rest of the yacht is unaware by the attack. Finally, Oliver bleeds out and lies on the corridor. Apparently, after the fire caused by Chucky's attack on Lexi's house, Oliver's body is found, as Detective Kimberly Evans later reveals he was found with several stab wounds, so it can be assumed that his body was not burned during the fire at the Cross residence. He was played by Avery Davis, who was exactly 14 years old during his participation in the series. For this reason, I have placed him second over Junior Wheeler, since Theo is 2 years older. Finally, top 1, and probably many of you deny that this young victim has died, but according to what has been revealed, it is unlikely that this character is alive. And this character is top 1 of this list, not just for being the youngest, but also for other reasons. Number 1. Alice Pierce. Alice was the adorable, innocent, and charming little girl who was the victim of Chucky's long-awaited revenge against her family. She was introduced in Curse of Chucky as the only daughter of Bart Pierce and Ian. Alice kept her mother's last name, and she was only 8 years during the traumatic night when her parents were murdered. Chucky kept Alice hidden during the events of Curse of Chucky by making her believe that they were playing hide and seek. Sometime later, Nika Pierce is institutionalized after the trial against her. Chucky had been held as evidence until Tiffany manages to retrieve him and sends him back to Alice's new residence with her paternal grandmother. Alice is surprised by Chucky and is naively convinced that her aunt Nika is responsible for her parents' murders. Immediately, Chucky insists on playing hide the soul, begins the ritual to transfer his soul into Alice's body. Chucky successfully finishes the ritual for the first time. So Alice is the first human possessed by Chucky. Alice's fate is revealed in the sequel when Nika is captured. Chucky tells her that he can transfer his soul more than once thanks to a spell he found on voodooForDummies.com, which is hilarious because it sounds dumb. After being possessed, Chucky maintained complete control of Alice's body, at the same time managing to transfer his soul into the doll that was sent to Andy Barkley. Chucky Alice was put into foster care and taken in by Tiffany. All of these events take place off screen, since it's quite disturbing to think about that all that Chucky did against Alice by invading her body, while the little girl was stripped of her individuality. Chucky took advantage of the innocence he projected on Alice's body, managing to kill various people. However, the victim avoids being killed by fighting back Chucky Alice, so he injures her where the little girl loses her life. Chucky doesn't directly kill Alice, but he did in a way, because he tortured her and stripped her of herself since she was 8 years. It can be estimated that Alice pierced that at the age of 12, before the events of Cult of Chucky in 2017, although we know that the timeline is modified between the series and the movie, something I will talk about in another video. She was played by Summer Howell, who was also 8 years like her character during the filming of Curse of Chucky. I consider that Alice has had one of the worst fates out of all the characters in the franchise. I love the Chucky movies, but I was very saddened to learn the fate of this little girl. Let's hope to see if she is remotely mentioned on season 2. Remember that you can share your opinion down below in the comment section. Please give your thumbs up if you have liked this video and subscribe for more videos. Until next time.
Subscribe, damn it. I'll be back. I always come back, and so should you moron.